combine our love of movies, our librarian sense of nostalgia,
and my lame jokes.
We'll be watching the first 30 minutes of a classically labeled chick flick and then talk about it.
Then we'll let you know if you should watch it or not.
Get ready to find your next lame love story.
Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of Chick Flicks.
We're going to be watching What a Girl Wants, and you can find it streaming on Netflix with our queen of the early 2000s, Amanda Bynes.
So we're going to start with Daphne Reynolds, who is Amanda Bynes, our queen. She's 17. She lives in New York City with her mom. We find out that every year on her birthday, she makes a wish for her dad, who she's never met, which is really sad.
Yeah.
It really starts off on a sad note. But then we learn their love story. They were traveling and met in Morocco and have this like romantic, ridiculous love story.
And then we find out that he's a duke or
Lord.
He's a lord, so he's from a very high-ranking English family, and they do not approve of the hippie love that he has found in Morocco and married in a not a real ceremony, I don't think.
Very reminiscent of Meghan Markle. But she does the thing that Meghan Markle didn't do, and she leaves. So they're not really happy with her. They don't want them to get married, and she disappears. She leaves, and then she finds out she's pregnant. She has the baby, and it becomes Daphne. And that's kind of like where we pick up. She's 17, and she wants to know her dad. We start at like a wedding. So we find out that the mom is a wedding singer and Daphne is a waitress. She has just graduated high school and has no plans or no knowledge of what she wants to do after she graduates or go to college or anything like that. She has no idea. She does see a father-daughter dance though at the wedding, and it kind of like sparks in her the need to like meet and see her father. So she does the logical thing and grabs all her stuff and goes to England.
And leaves her mom a note saying, I'm off. I'm gone to England, because, you know, at 17, you know how to book an international flight.
I mean, this is also, like, early 2000s, so, like, I guess they have cell phones, but, like, not really. No. There's no internet. She can't just, like, text her mom, like, got on the plane. She's just, like, go to another country.
No, she's left a note.
Later. Just a note. Just a note, like, you know.
I didn't think you could leave the country as an underage person without an adult, but...
I mean,
here she is.
Maybe things were different in the early 2000s. I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
So anyway, she gets to England, and we have like a nice little montage of her doing touristy things, like riding on that big double-decker red bus and seeing, I don't know what else is in England.
The Big Ben.
Oh, yeah, Big Ben's a thing. The Buckingham Palace, right?
Yeah. And then she goes to like a hostel, kind of.
She goes to like a youth hostel to like, I guess, stay. I guess instead of like a hotel, she ends up at a youth hostel, which pretty cool. I've stayed in a hostel. They're pretty neat. So she gets there, and of course, sitting on the counter playing a guitar is a very cute boy.
We have found our love interest, and his name is Ian.
I don't remember, and I just watched it.
I think it's Ian.
Clearly, he's forgettable. He reminds me of Shark Boy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, who is actually
Taylor Lautner from
Jacob from Twilight. He's very reminiscent of him. That's who I thought of immediately.
She learns all of the British slang and is very confused, as any American would be.
So we get like a little funny scene there. And then she decides to go find her dad. Well, she does. As soon as she's there, she looks at the TV, and there's her dad on television.
Of course he is.
Immediately. Coincidentally.
And he's he's like giving up his seat at the
House of Lords. So apparently England, I had to like look this up a little bit. England seems to have like two sorts of like government things. I guess like how we have the Senate and the House. I could be completely wrong.
Don't please quote us on this.
Please don't attack me in the comments. So I guess there's one that's hereditary, like a position in government, and one you can run for. So he's giving up his hereditary position to actually run for a position.
And obviously the scandal of the secret 17-year-old daughter is not going to fit in.
It's not going to be great for his run for government. So she shows up at the house, and let's just start with like she gets to the gate instead of being like, "Hi, I'm his daughter. Can I speak to him?" She's like, "I don't need anything. I'm just going to jump the fence," which is like a big
runs
roll.
away and jumps the back fence, and then in her platform boots, mind you.
And her very 2000-ish low-rise bell-bottoms.
Tight pants.
Great. Or I guess we call them flare leg jeans now.
Yeah.
So she jumps over, they see her, they catch her, they think she's paparazzi, and she finally says, like, "No, you're my dad. Here's a picture of you and like when you were younger," and I guess that's proof that that's her father.
And he believes it because she has his eyes.
Yeah,
Clearly.
We do also find out he has a fiance and a stepdaughter who, like, I knew immediately as soon as I saw them, we're gonna hate them. They're like really uptight English people, like, ugh.
They're related to his manager person,
someone he works with. It's
who also sent Daphne's mom away in the beginning. So we obviously know that he has something.
He's evil. His kid gotta be evil. Let's be honest.
The stepdaughter ain't great.
Oh no,
she's terrible.
She's pretty terrible. So they've kind of like decided, okay, I guess you are his daughter. The grandmother's like, oh, well, she's got to stay here. We can't like put her in a hotel. That would be even sketchier.
And offers fruitcake, as one does.
And tea, which was very
The grandmother
British.
seems very cool.
Yeah, she does seem really cool for like an old rich lady from England. I mean,
we just found out about a secret grandchild, so
maybe you got to roll with the punches at that point.
And then the dad calls the mom because obviously he's had her phone number this entire time.
Yeah, where did you get it? I didn't even think about that.
Hasn't checked up on her in a while, but we found a secret kid, and she's like, oh, she made it.
Yeah, she's like, oh, good, I'm glad she's there. Like, no real concern, like she's in another country, but like, oh, good thing. And then they argue a bit about her not telling him, which, like, I would be really mad, too. Like, if someone had my kid and told me.
We might find out later on that there was the stuff going on.
I mean, I guess, but like still
not great reason not to tell about a kid.
Even if you left, like probably should have told him.
Just a postcard.
So they argue about it, and then they decide that they're gonna release the story that he had a daughter that he always knew about, but just didn't have time to spend with her, which like, I mean,
because she's in America, because that's so far.
But I guess like he could have like went once in a while, like he didn't have to like pretend she didn't exist. But whatever. I guess it's a better story than Secret Love Child. And then he goes on to say that she's very mature and seems like such a good teenager.
She looks like the typical
American
teenager, wild,
running around, jumping on the
Walkman, her classic Walkman.
Very like different society. So she's like a New York teenager. They're like upper crust British royalty.
She was raised by a hippie mom, so like she's just very free and doesn't want to deal with the uptight ways.
And then we kind of have one of our last scenes where cute boy ends up calling the house. Stepsister gets the call and is like, oh, she doesn't live here. We don't know who that is. And it really solidifies that we're going to hate her. She's going to be terrible.
She's going to be terrible.
And now we know, like, for sure, like, she's dead to us. And then the dad asks her, Daphne, to come to like a royal fashion show with her. And that's kind of where our 30 minutes end. So like he's definitely trying to like form a relationship with her, which is good. Like he doesn't seem opposed to her being there. And that's kind of where we lead off.
Yeah. He just seems lost and confused.
He does. So I have seen this movie, but it has been a very, very long time.
I have seen it, and probably recently. I think I watched it last year. So I remember what happened.
Of course she has.
I have.
So I'm going to do a prediction. I really don't remember what happened. I mean, definitely like evil stepsister, evil stepmother. Like they're going to be out of the picture. Somehow we're getting rid of them. Someone's going to find out they're bad. But not before, like, she is like, I can't do this anymore, and, like, runs away, and then the dad comes and finds her. So that's my prediction. Maybe the parents get together in the end. I can't really see that. I mean, like, the mom seems to be, like, really different and lives in New York. Like, I couldn't see getting over that hurdle. But, possibility. So, yeah, those are my predictions. So I guess we'll tell you if you should or shouldn't watch it, Miss Sam.
I guess I'll go first because I've seen it. I think you should watch it. This is one of the classic What a Girl Wants. I loved this movie when I was younger. You know, it's if you're looking for a cheesy, romantic, coming-of-age story, you want to watch What a Girl Wants with our classic Amanda Bynes.
I would also say to watch it. I think it's a great, like, love story. Like, definitely that boy's going to show back up. He's gotta. I mean, like, he seems like he's going to be a big part of it, so he's got to come back at some point. So there's going to be the love interest, but there's also going to be like the father-daughter aspect, which I think is going to be really interesting. So I think it's going to be a good movie. From what I remember, I liked it. Like I didn't hate it. Yeah. So I'm going to say yes.
Hi everyone, we're back, and I want to let you know that next week we're going to be watching The Wedding Planner with Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Lopez.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen this one, so this should be really good, guys.
Great.